Hello everybody, this is Gareth Goon Speaks back here with a harrowing video for you. I'd like you to hit the subscribe bar, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, or hit the notification bell to be notified when I post my next post. Or otherwise you can donate to my ministry and the charities that I support at garethgoon3@gmail.com on PayPal. Italy upholds sentencing for barbaric murderers of honor-killed teenager Saman Abbas. Abbas moved to northern Italy from Pakistan as a teenager, where she quickly adopted to Western culture, a shift that deeply angered her family. The sentencing of relatives involved in the honor killing of 18-year-old Saman Abbas were officially upheld by Italy's Court of Cassation on Wednesday, 5 years after the Pakistani teenager was murdered for refusing an arranged marriage, Italian officials confirmed. The judge of the first criminal section of the court rejected appeals issued by members of the Abbas family, upholding the 4-year life sentences issued on April 18th in 2025 by the Bologna Court of Appeal and the 22-year sentence issued against the victim's uncle, Danish Hassan. Hasnan was initially sentenced to only 14 years in prison after accepting a plea bargain, but was later sentenced to 22 years. Abbas's parents, Habar Abbas and Nazia Shaheen, and her cousins Noma Hag and Ijaz Ikam, were sentenced to life for murder and suppression of a corpse. The Attorney General of the Court of Cassation, represented by Attorney General Marco Dal Olalo, emphasized that he was dealing with not a crime of impulse but a premeditated act. That Saman could not decide for herself is clear. Manifest the reconstruction of the facts is unequivocal. Saman, even though she was an adult, could not decide for herself about her life. She could not have a life of her own. A chilling story, a concerted and premeditated act. Investigators located Abbas's body after questioning her uncle in Paris. Abbas was murdered on the night between April 30th and May 1st, 2021 in Novarala di Regilo, Emilia. Her body was discovered 18 months after her boyfriend reported her missing. Investigators finally discovered the location of Abbas's body after her uncle was detained and questioned in Paris. Both of Abbas's parents fled to Pakistan shortly after the murder and were extradited in 2023. After being sentenced in absentia in 2021, her cousins, however, were arrested in Spain. Abbas moved to northern Italy from Pakistan as a teenager, where she quickly adopted to a Western culture, a shift that deeply angered her family. She chose not to wear the Islamic head covering and posted photos online of herself kissing her boyfriend, whom she had told she feared for her life, after refusing her parents' demands that she marry an older cousin in Pakistan. Before her death, she spent several months living under the care of the social services, but eventually returned to her family home. Some reports indicated that her return to the family home was only intended to be brief, to collect her personal documents. Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, a painful judicial saga, comes to a close. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni said that with the final verdict for the murder of Saman Abbas, a painful judicial saga comes to a close. Saman, a young woman of Pakistan origin, in Italy was killed by her parents and some relatives after she opposed a forced marriage and asserted her right to freely choose her own future. No verdict can bring her back, but it is right that those responsible for this barbaric crime have been definitively convicted in Italy. There is no room for those who presume to deny, in the name of supposed cultural or religious justifications, a woman's freedom, dignity, and life. There are none. There are non-negotiable principles from which we will never retreat. My thoughts go to Saman. May she finally rest in peace. And Saman, may your memory be a blessing. Shalom, Maranatha, and Hallelujah.